Good morning, chickadees and G-babies and friends, family, peeps out there inside the verse. And Robin's in the background over here getting ready to do some lunch, and the boys are around here panting. And it is hot as can be here right now, like the service of the sun. But today's a very special day. I want to say happy birthday to my mom. It's the 4th of July. She celebrates it every year along with the country. So the whole country celebrating your birthday, Mom. We love you. Wish we could be there to celebrate it with you. Happy birthday. Now, a little bit of a, before we get into the meat of the story and stuff, a little bit of the little known facts of Stewart's Almanac. Gonna do a little bit of a lesson and stuff. I always do a lot of these videos about pop and stories with pop and stuff, and I know Mom always was like, why is it always about pop, you know? And I get it, but he was the jack of all trades, master of a few of those, and he taught me how to have the desire to be my own boss, run my own business, do my own thing, make my own money, not answer to somebody. And so that was good in some ways, but we feast or we famine. Sometimes it was great, and we were living high on the hog, man. And sometimes it was powdered milk, powdered eggs, and not very high on the hog. But see, Mom knew how pop was. So a long time ago, Mom made a decision. She knew she had to be the stable one. So she worked for 41 years, 6-7 days a week, and she kicked butt doing it. She gave me a very strong work ethic. So while I desire to be my own boss, not answer to somebody, I also work my ass off, because you gotta have the stability. It was because of her that we always had a roof over our head. I always had clothes, shoes on my feet. They may have been hand-me-downs from my sister. Yes, I wore my sister's tennis shoes and blue jeans. But I always had clothes and shoes on my feet and a roof over my head and food on her table, made sure of by my mother. So, thank you, Mom. Alright, now that being said, I'm going to do a little story about Mom, okay? This is one of our favorite family stories to tell. This was circa 1987, Christmas time. And it was during one of the feast years, and Dad had got Mom this really big house, 3-bedroom house, office, huge family room, family dining area, breakfast nook, nice kitchen, and like that. It was what Mom always wanted, was this big, beautiful house. It was also the last Christmas that all of Dad's side of the family got together, and all of us cousins were together. Me, Angie, Brian, Dana, Donna. It was the last Christmas we were all together. A lot of things happened that Christmas. One of them was the Christmas I realized I was no longer a kid. I was 16 years old. I had my own car that I bought in a garage sale for $50. The master cylinder had gone out on it, and that was my gift that year, a master cylinder. Not a toy, nothing fun. It was a master cylinder, which on one hand I was very grateful for, because that was an $85 master cylinder in 1987. That was a lot of freaking money. On the other hand, I knew I'd grown up. No more kids' Christmases. But we were all having one big family dinner. The adults were in the family room, family dining room, and all of us cousins were in the breakfast nook, okay? Having this great dinner. And I don't know to this day who fired the first shot. But somebody out there picked up an olive. It was not Han Solo. Actually, yeah, Han always shot first. But anyway, one of us picked up an olive and spit that pimento across the table at somebody else. And that was it. We had a big bowl of olives. Pimentos were everywhere. Everybody was shot. Everybody was hit. Pimentos were everywhere. We were laughing. We were having a blast. And Brian, the youngest of us all at the time, God bless him, knew we were out of olives, and he got up and he grabbed the bowl and ran into the family room and said, "We need some more olives." So they put a bunch of olives in the bowl, and he starts running back, and Mom starts thinking, "I gave them a bunch of olives. Why do they need more?" So she gets up and she walks around the other side of the kitchen and walks in behind us and sees us having this pimento fight. And she yelled. Okay, now for years, all of us thought that she was just super mad at us, but it turns out, over the years I've learned and I found, it was just a shock to see the Pimentos and the olive fight they were doing to Mom, and she wasn't really mad. In fact, she was very grateful and very happy that we had a place that all of us could join together at a table and feel comfortable to have a Pimento fight. So that was the Great Pimento War of 1987 Christmas, and one of the last times all of us cousins were together. Haven't seen Dana and Donna in years, so I miss all you guys. And Mom, happy birthday. Love you. Little known facts from Stewart's Almanac. Okay, before I roll off, this is the second to last one. Before we end the first season, the last one's going to be the standing toe-to-toe with the giant. And I gave you a little bit of background information on some of the characters. English John, Randy, and the Three Musketeers, us. And there's a couple other ones, some loose characters in the background that you really don't need a backstory on. It's just their names that are crazy, like Rick Plucker, the chicken fucker. He's there. Just a weird character. Griffin, just a moron. Barbara was the bartender. She's been in a few stories, and she'll be in a few more. Good friend. And then there was Yankee. He's going to be integral in the story. And Yankee, his real name is Dallas. So, of course, that's why everybody called him Yankee. Rednecks, what do you know? And then the last character is the giant himself. And we'll get a little bit more into him in the big story, but he was 6'7", and at the time my shoulders were a lot broader, and this was up here. Okay, so I was young, dumb, and just full of piss and vinegar, and it showed. And I had to stand toe to toe with this guy. So I'm used to looking up to people like Jared Crippen, 6'4", but this man was 6'7". He was a big, scary man. And we'll get more into him in the last episode. So, thanks for hanging in there. One more episode to go, and we'll tell the big story of standing toe-to-toe with the giant. Love, peace, and bacon grease, y'all. Bacon.